was a good clap. Good morning from semi-overcast Berlin. This morning I am going to install the Fender Eliminator kit on my 2017 Yamaha MT-07 with ABS. I've never done this. I have no idea what I'm about to do, but it shouldn't be too difficult, but that's why I'm going to make this video. So if you guys want to do it, you can figure it out too. Cool. So first things first, I think we need to take the seat off. Toss that there. So underneath the seat, you have to use your key, pop that in, turn it, and this comes right off. I'm just going to take all this stuff out since we don't need it right now and go set it down somewhere. Oh yeah. Okay, so I took an Allen wrench, a small one, and these plastic screw things. If you just pop out the middle, they open up, allowing you to take them out. So I did that on these three here, and this should take off this plastic piece, which it did. And I'm going to make sure I keep all of these. And this is connected how? That's just being sat in there. Okay, so piece one came out. Good. I'm gonna put those screws there. Okay. Cool. So, trying to figure this out. It looks like this entire back piece needs to come out. So I'm going to do that. When you're starting to disassemble a bike, be really thoughtful on how you're going to organize your screws and bolts and all the plastic pieces coming off your bike. This is really going to save you a lot of time when you start putting the bike back together. There's really not a lot of consistency when it comes to the sizes of the bolts and the screws when you take apart this bike, so I would highly recommend getting a full set of wrenches and sockets, as well as a few screwdrivers, and it would really help out. This became a little more intensive than I originally expected. In order to reach the side panels, I had to remove the main seat. Once the side panels were removed, I got access to the bolts I needed to, and I was able to remove the original fender hanger. I forgot to remove the lights first, and I would recommend that. They disconnect behind the seat, little snaps, and it makes this whole process much easier. At this point, I'm about 2 hours into the whole process. To be able to get to what I needed to, this is what the bike has to look like. A lot of things that I wasn't expecting had to be removed, which is why I really want to re-emphasize how important it is to be organized when you're doing this. This kit had everything needed to keep the stock turn signals, which is specifically why I purchased this kit. The LED bar that illuminates the license plate is not wired the same way as the light that came stock with the Yamaha MT-07. So what that means is there's no light connected to my bike to help illuminate the license plate. I'm not sure what I'm going to do right now because I either have to splice the cable or I'm going to have to find an external battery that would light up a light. I originally mounted the turn signals in the opposite direction, but that's a simple fix. You just have to unscrew it enough from the bracket to remove it and then just flip them. This is where being organized really comes back into play. It took about 45 minutes to look through my box of screws and bolts and to really remember how everything went back together. When I started this process, I really underestimated how much had to come off the bike. So putting it back together really took much longer than it needed to. Overall, this process took me about 3.5–4 hours. If you go into this being organized and understand how much has to come off the bike, this could easily be done in about an hour. I think it was all worth it. The bike looks so much better, it looks slimmer and cleaner in the back. It was frustrating while we had to do it, but it's definitely worth it. Thanks for following along on this first real project on my Yamaha MT-07. Hit that subscribe button for more of these kind of projects in the future.